Hey folks, Moose Peterson here. Want to talk about another of my favorite lenses, the 105 2.8 VR lens. This lens first came out, I swore I was not going to buy another macro lens. I already had the 60 and the 200 at the time, so what, I need another macro lens. And then I was at a DLWS event and McNally shows up with a brand new one. We're at one of my favorite places for breakfast. He brought it with him. He said, "Hey, just take a look, it won't hurt you." Yeah, I looked at the damn lens, guess what? 105 2/8 in the camera bag. What can I tell you? It's a wicked sharp lens. I really love it. It has VR, which is pretty dang cool. You know, in a macro lens, it's fun to chase things with that VR ability. It's slower shutter speeds. Like any AFS lens, it has the MAM switch. I was always in the MA mode. It has internal focusing, so as it focuses, the front element does not get further or closer in, which is great for doing macro work. Now, if I'm doing macro work with this lens, the shade will not be attached. If I'm using it for general purpose photography, the shade will be attached. Why? Well, when I'm doing macro work, a lot of times I'll be using flash, and I don't want to have the shade causing any shadow as the flash might hit it trying to light a subject. Now, your minimum focusing distance for one-to-one reproduction, what comes up with this stuff anyway? Okay, so basically, if I'm focusing on my thumb, okay, to get it tack sharp, I'm at about that distance. That's my working distance. Okay, that's a very important thing to keep in mind when you're out there shooting. Now, when I'm using this lens, okay, what I'm going to typically do is predetermine the magnification I want for the subject, focus for that magnification, and then physically move the camera to get it tack sharp. What do I mean? Well, again, let's just take, for example, I'm going to photograph a little kangaroo rat, about the size of my fist. I take the camera and I'm going to pre-focus. And I'm going to sit there and figure out the distance I need to be for the magnification that I want. So in this case, if I want half life size, so in other words, the subject is half its physical size on the film plane, I'm going to pre-focus to that distance. About right there. So now when I'm out shooting and the critter's moving around, I'm going to physically move the camera back and forth while I'm looking through the camera and get the basic size I want in the viewfinder. And once that size is there, hit the shutter release to get critical focus. AFS, VR speed, you know, it's really fast. But by this simple technique of moving the camera back and forth, you can be faster, especially when the subject is moving. At the same time, I'm probably going to be in AAA, that's Auto Area AF, in the process of doing that. Now, I might switch the lever real quickly and go to dynamic mode, but for that first acquisition, I'm going to move the camera back and forth using AAA AF. Now, the 105 micro, okay, it does more than that. Any bag lens in my bag has to have more than one purpose. That's why I wanted to put the money down for this lens. It's a radically sharp lens. It's flat field. Flat field means it's sharp from corner to corner, corner to corner. That's very important for a lot of macro work. But that innate quality of the lens gives me a portrait lens, a landscape lens, product shot lens that gives me incredible amounts of information, especially like the D3X can suck up, giving me beautiful final photographs. So that's the 105 2.8 VR lens. Great lens, highly recommend it. If you don't go out and buy one, at least rent one and try one for yourself. Thanks for stopping by.